Hey friends, welcome back. We're here with another haul. I'm sharing all of my old favorites with you. A lot of you guys were here when I shared with you a lot of my new finds, and I hinted at sharing a lot of the go-to items that I use every single year to work into any style. I think they're great ways to enhance your look and not make your house feel like it came off the shelf at Target when you incorporate some of these vintage finds, and these are some of my favorites. So grab something cozy to drink and let's get started because I have a few items that are super fun that I can't wait to share. Now, when it comes to Christmas, I love vintage. It's something that I've always looked for whenever I go thrifting or even when I'm shopping retail. I look for vintage inspired items. And when I came across this beautiful brass bell at Goodwill, it was $1.99, but I thought this was going to be a great piece to incorporate into my everyday decor. But there's just something about brass bells for the Christmas season that make everything feel festive and fun. So my best tip to you when you're looking to create a unique and curated feel for this Christmas season is to find things at thrift stores that really speak to you, like this brass bell. So here's another brass bell. This is one that I thrifted also. You can see that having brass, especially vintage pieces, are a great way to bring in that festive, fun look. Last year, I added in this beautiful velvet ribbon onto this carousel horse, and I thought it brought a really pretty vintage vibe into my decor. Last year, I did a lot of browns, and that pop of burgundy was perfect. This year, I'm going classic, timeless, almost like a Ralph Lauren inspired Christmas. And I think this is going to be a great way to do that. And you guys, you can't go wrong with bells for Christmas. Now, this next item is a new find, but they're definitely old. Recently on a thrift trip, I went to Goodwill and I found these adorable little deer. This is salt and pepper shakers, but they are vintage. They're marked Japan, and I think they are absolutely beautiful. Now, I think I paid, oh yeah, the price is on here. I paid $3.18 for the set, and I think these are gonna be great to work in that nostalgia of past Christmases. They look very vintage and they're very sweet. They almost have that cartoon looking face to them, and I just love the big eyes. So how cute are they for Christmas? These are probably going to wind up in my coffee bar, maybe in my hutch. I'm not exactly sure, but I think this is the time of year that can keep us pretty busy with holiday travel and visiting loved ones. Not to mention shopping for those fun and festive gifts, those late nights and early mornings between work and fun holiday activities, and the general day-to-day work of keeping a functional home. Not to mention staying active and trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, which I have been really leaning into and trying to eliminate harmful contaminants and microplastics from my life and from my diet. And because I know how important it is to stay hydrated, which can be difficult during the fall and winter season, I'm always on the hunt for something that helps me achieve those goals without having to go through a huge under sink water filtration system install. This is why I have been so impressed with my new Glacier Fresh countertop water filtration system. Besides the obvious benefits of having fresh filtered water for drinking, I believe that tea and coffee taste so much better when prepared with filtered water, and the filtered water is definitely easier on the internal components of my coffee maker as well. It has a generous 3-gallon capacity, which is perfect for our entire family's daily hydration needs. Glacier Fresh even outfits the lid with a filter life alarm so that you can easily visualize the available life information of your filter through the thoughtful digital display on top. This lets you know when your filter needs to be replaced. I love that the filter lasts through approximately 200 gallons of water, or about 3 months, depending on use and water conditions. It also has a premium build and a sleek stainless steel interior, which is perfect for countertop display and ease of use. The design breaks down easily to allow this Glacier Fresh system to be portable, making it perfect for patio entertaining as well as travel and camping. Not only that, but it doesn't even require power to filter fresh, delicious water for your family because it's 100% gravity powered, giving you pure, delicious water naturally and sustainably. Glacier Fresh water filters improve water taste and clarity by removing chlorine, lead, and other contaminants using technologies like activated carbon and advanced nanofiber filtration. That's why I've included all of the information below so you can find out more about how to get your own Glacier Fresh product to bring that hydrated feel to your home today. Now, in our last haul video, I shared with you that I am a sucker for Boyd's Bears. I have a collection of them, and I used to every single year use this Boyd's Bear. It's actually a Christmas tree topper, and I loved it for years and years. And I kind of moved away from the Boyd's Bears and traditional look for quite some time. I went with that earthy and sort of brown and neutral, and I still love that look. I think it's really, really pretty. But I think this piece is going to work so well with a lot of the items that I bought new this year, because I feel like this brings in that classic Ralph Lauren look without being full-blown Ralph Lauren picture perfect from a magazine cover. I love being able to use these old finds, because what happens with style, you guys, is that things come in and out of trends. And if you donate and get rid of everything that you love just because it's out of style, you're gonna find that you waste a ton of money on things. And then after a few years, those styles come back, those trends come back. And that is exactly what's happening this year for me with a lot of the items that I used back in the late 90s and early 2000s when I was decorating for my kids when they were little. And this is a perfect example of that. I think this is gonna go on top of my Christmas tree this year, and I think I'm gonna love it. I cannot wait to decorate. Now, speaking of Boyd's Bears, I do have a collection of them, and I love bringing in these classic looks into my Christmas home every single year. Last year, I used a ton of my Boyd's Bears in my nostalgic 1950s style spare bedroom, and I loved it. So I can't wait to see how these are going to work with my color scheme and some of my new items downstairs in my living room this year. I think he's super sweet. I love that little teddy bear face smiling at you for the holiday season. Now, because I'm going with a brown and burgundy color scheme, I'm going to be able to work these in perfectly in my kitchen. These are not old. They look old, they look vintage, but they're just from the Hearth and Hand line. I want to say maybe last year. They're super pretty. We've got a pinstripe with some beautiful burgundy piping, and then also this really pretty sort of window pane pattern, but the colors are perfect. I think they're going to work really well with all of the deep burgundy colors that I'm working into the living room. And you guys know I have an open floor plan, so I love carrying in that color scheme into the kitchen so that everything has a cohesive look. But honestly, you guys, I've had these for a few years, and every single year they work perfectly. Whether I'm going vintage, traditional, modern, I think they're great. So if you find yourself a set of hand towels that you love, don't throw them away when the color scheme grows old and tired, because eventually that color scheme is going to come back and you're going to wish you had them. Now, when it comes to drinking coffee, this is an old favorite of mine. I did share this one in a previous video, but I wanted to share it again because I think it's timeless. It has that beautiful stag, and I think it's going to work really well with that Ralph Lauren look. I have two of these, and I love having coffee out of them, but I also think that they're going to bring in that beautiful, classic, timeless Ralph Lauren look. Again, this is a go-to item for me. I have had these for years, and I can't wait to work these into my decor or have a nice cup of coffee with them. Now, when it comes to vintage decor, I love books. I have been thrifting old books for a very long time. I have so many colors of them, but this year, my go-to color is going to be burgundy. I can't wait to use these as risers, but I think this year I want to try to create almost like a library look on my 9-drawer cabinet and use them for styling and also make it look like an old vintage library. I have a lot of these, so I think I'm going to be able to work that in pretty well. Tons of this color burgundy. I think these are beautiful. I have a few that have some gold coloring also, so we'll see how they work together. But vintage books are a great piece to use year after year to bring in a collected and curated look to your home so that you can decorate with your own personal style. Now, you guys, thrifting is a great way to find items that are unique, and when I came across this gorgeous sled at Goodwill a couple of years ago, I could not pass it up. I've used it outside and inside. It has seen some wear. It's been well loved, but I love it because it's vintage, it's beautiful, and it's high quality. It's super heavy. So this year I'm not sure how I'm gonna use this because I like the idea of using the books in here. I may add in some Christmas tree greenery or some stems and sort of make it look like Santa is delivering a bunch of vintage books to me this year for Christmas. But either way, bringing in items like this that are thrifted are a great way to bring a little bit of a personal touch into your home for the holiday season. Now, finally, I want to bring in one more of my old favorites. This is a tried and true that I use every single year, and it's this vintage Santa with his giant sack open. I have so many fond memories of this when I was a kid. Mom, if you're watching, you know that every single year we would always have this in the front part of our house, you know, when you come in through the front door. And this Santa would always greet me after school with candy canes in my favorite flavor. When I was a kid, I wasn't into the peppermint. I definitely am now. But just this smiling Santa greeting me at the door after a long day at school is such a fond memory. And Mom, if you're watching, which I know you are because you tell me all the time, you watch all my videos, I just want to say thank you for letting me have this cutie. I love him and I really look forward to using him every year. I have taken such good care of him for you, so you'll be happy to know that he holds a prominent space in my heart and in my home every single year. So I love you, Mom. Thanks for letting me have this guy. So those were just a few of my favorite go-to pieces that every single year I bring in to enhance all of the decor that I might find retail in order to make things feel special and personal and collected. I'm an avid thrifter and I love bringing in found items to sort of enhance all of the new decor, and I can't wait to start decorating this year. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you will join me in the future videos. Be sure and hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the fun decorating that I have coming your way. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.